2050 challenge. This here shows one of the limitations we have, the total amount of cropland. Whether we have 3, 7, 9, or 12 billion people in the world, that's the only land we have available to feed these people. And I now show you one of my favorite tricks in the world, and that is a depiction of how challenged we are with respect to farmland available to us. Imagine this sheet of paper, regular sheet of paper, being the surface of the entire Earth. I now fold this sheet of paper, and I fold it twice, until it's only a quarter its original size. What you see now, approximately postcard size, is the total amount of land. The rest is water and ice. That's all land. This here is my business card. The equivalent amount of land, the size of my business card, is all agricultural land. So this is all land in the world, this is all agricultural land in the world, to feed however many people we have. And now I fold my business card into one piece that's 2/3, and the other piece that's 1/3 its original size, and then I rip my own card into pieces. So remember, that's all agricultural land. And the bigger portion of all of this agricultural land, 2/3 of it, approximately 70%, is what we call marginal land. Marginal land is called marginal because you cannot grow crops there, by and large. Some of it you might be, but for the most part, the marginal land does not have good soil quality and or enough water to grow crops. How do we use marginal land currently? Anybody? Grazing. We use that marginal land for ruminants because here we grow cellulose that we cannot digest. But ruminant livestock can digest that marginal land cellulose, cellulitic material. And by doing so, they're upcycling something that's non-human edible into high-value animal source foods. 70% of all agricultural land is indeed used for livestock. But what the pundits don't say when they critique animal agriculture for that is that you cannot really use this land any other way. You can establish golf courses there if you want to, but you will not grow soy or something else. The remainder of my business card, 1/3 of all agricultural land, is what we call arable land. This is where you can grow all crops for humans or animals. 1/3 of my business card. Remember how resource limited we are in the world. The 2050 challenge is real, and it's pressing. And we need to think about how do we use the land we have available. I have news to those people who think we can meet that challenge without livestock. We cannot. Because we would first abandon 2/3 of all agricultural land, and secondly, guess what happens? Guess what comes out the back end of that livestock that we are dealing with? Manure, which is organic fertilizer, which is half of the nutrients that goes onto the arable land. If we were to forgo livestock, we would have to double the production of synthetic fertilizers. And many of you in the room will know what that would do to carbon emissions. So I think livestock, in particular ruminant livestock, has a critical role to play in meeting the 2050 challenge.